remember, being in the back of the police car after everything had happened, and I was just bawling my eyes out, and she had her arms around me. And it was probably about 10 minutes later, I looked up and I just saw her crying. And in my mind, I was like, I don't get it. I don't understand why this stranger, someone who I've never met before, is crying because I just tried to take my life. That doesn't make sense to me. And she went above and beyond her job. She was, in the ambulance with me, which they do. But then when we got to the hospital, she stayed with me. She put her work number into my phone and was like, you need to contact me like tomorrow, say that you're okay. I need to know that you're okay because I know that you can get through this. And having someone who genuinely believed in me, that didn't know me, it was really bizarre. And everything I now get to do, I credit to Constable Campbell for that night, because she quite literally physically saved my life. But yeah, she's amazing. And now I get to do a lot of work with police. So I just spoke at a conference last week actually in New Zealand with a whole lot of officers. So it's kind of done a full 180. I remember walking back into church because I had left for a couple of years. I'd done Bible college and everything before that, but I was just so broken and isolated myself. And I remember January 8th it was, years ago, I walked back into the church, and there was this guy by the name of Pastor Lucas Connell preaching, and he has an incredible story of he was in a drug-induced psychosis, and like the TV was talking to him, and he was sharing this, and he was saying that one night in a moment he was lying on his floor in his bedroom and crying out to God, and he immediately got set free. And I was listening to this and I was like, this is incredible, like what the heck? And so I remember sitting there and going, I can't live like this anymore. It's been 9 years of suicide attempt after suicide attempt after suicide attempt. I can't do this anymore. And I actually just have to give you everything, which is scary because people who are suicidal, freedom is one of the most scariest things, because that means losing control. That means losing relationships that are built upon crisis, all of that. Pastor Lucas did an altar call, and there was probably like 150 people that responded, and I was down there literally front and centre, and he was kind of praying over everyone in general, and then came over to me and started praying and prophesying, and in that single moment, 9 years of suicidal tendencies gone. Nothing since. But what I learnt was that God was able to do that because I learnt what it was to live free. So then when he set me free, I didn't run back into my cage. But yeah, so it's been a massive part of my journey, as well as the community and my church. I love my church, and my mentors and everyone's kind of come from there. So it's a massive part for me in my recovery.